If I wanted to, we could put coarse aluminum in here, coarse titanium in there if we wanted a whitetail.
Yeah.
That's really all there is to it. But for this particular example, we're just using plain old red Magnalian fueled star comp. So really the easiest way to do this. And again, I left my giant funnel back at the shop, so I'm making a little bit more of a mess than I like to do. We'll just grab some of our loose comp. This has all been dampened by about 8% moisture, so we're just using water. Dextrin. Yep, Dextrin is our binder. Now there is red gum in this, and there is Parlon, so you could consider a little bit of alcohol to activate the Dextrin, a little bit of acetone to activate the Parlon if you really wanted to, but a little bit of alcohol to activate the red gum, a little bit of acetone for the Parlon, if you really wanted to, but in this situation, water is A-okay. So what I'm going to do is just consolidate this by hand, clean up my mess here a little bit.
It's open on the bottom.
Yep, it's completely open on the bottom. That's why I consolidated it by hand. That just packs it down just enough. Yep, to everything, so that way everything just stays there. We're going to take this entire assembly, put it in our press, and we've got it set up. We've got this.
So I could use my existing Harbor Freight press.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. If you want to.
This looks.
Yeah, these aren't the cheapest things. This $2,000, but it's the last price you'll ever buy. It works with every single tool set that I make. Okay. So we've got this thing set up so that it will pop open at 500 psi on the gauge, which equates to 2,000 psi on the actual comp. So we're just going to switch it down. All right. So we've got our star, our comet, compressed all the way down to 2,000 psi on the comp, which seems to be a nice number to use.
And single layer. You didn't have to do it in drifts like when you
not at all. Not at all. Yep. So we've got a spacer bar here. Now this is this is an 1 3/4 inch diameter comet, but this spacer bar right here is set up to make our height 1 3/4 inches as well. So we're going to have a comet that's as big in diameter as it is tall. So we're going to put our spacer bar in there. We've got our extraction tube that we're going to set everything in. And we're going to take this entire assembly, put it back into our press. And all we're doing now is we're going to use that hydraulic pressure to trap the spacer bar. And what that does is that causes a bit of the star comp to extrude out of the bottom of our cylinder. So all we're going to do is just take a 6-inch putty knife, shave it off. It's starting to dry out a little bit there. Put the entire assembly back in here, remove our spacer bar, and we've got this bad boy going back into our press. And we're just going to knock out that comet. As it kind of drops, so you know that you're all the way out of the sleeve. And what we've got, after we pull this whole thing apart, is one freshly pumped comet sitting right there, ready to dry. So we let that dry, we go ahead and prime it, we paste wrap it if we like. That's it. That's all there is to it. Very, very simple stuff to do. Then we've got different tips that actually screw in here if you want to make, say, crossheads or cavity comets. So we've got a crosshead tip that will remove this, screw in the crosshead tip, so it would make a splitting comet. We've got a hemispherical tip, so if I wanted to put a little concave cavity on our comet so it cradles itself onto a ball shell for rising effect, we can do that. Yep, and a cavity tip that screws in here, and what that'll do is that'll create a great big void in the comet that we can, after this is dry, we can put another star comp in there, kind of turn it into a batter almost and put it in there. Those are really tricky to get to work though, but in theory, it's a star that would go from, say, red to blue or blue to yellow or whatever you want. So yeah.
What's your favorite way of putting that in the air?
Something like this. What my favorite way anymore is, so I'll build a nice big strobe rocket, have 100 grams of salute, or 100 grams of flash on top of the strobe rocket, and then a big old comet like this on top of the salute. So what I'll do is I'll quick match from the rocket nozzle all the way up to the comet. The comet ignites the same time the rocket does, so that way you've got, say, a strobe rocket with a huge bushy white tail. And it's the simplest way to have just a rocket with a phenomenal tail. But otherwise, something this size, it almost always goes onto a shell as a tail, in my practice. Yeah. These are, 1 3/4 right here. That's an ideal size for a single shot out of Consumer Mortars. Bottom fuse them and go to town. Okay. So
Thanks very much.
You got it. Anytime, man.
Right on. Thanks, Ben.
You got it. Thanks, Ray.